Alright guys, welcome to today's little recap of the workout. So we've done a couple of strength related. Yesterday was a bit of muscular endurance with high volume in the squats particularly. So today we're back to more of a conditioning style. Some might call this a battery style workout where we're looking for sustained repeat efforts. But we're not completely flogging ourselves. We're just going to keep the effort at a nice sustainable pace. What we're going to do, we're going to incorporate the assault bike today, and we're going to pair that with some kettlebell and some bodyweight movements, and we're simply going to go movement, bike, and so on and so forth. Now, to set the challenge for this, we're trying to get, let's say a round is one of the movements for 10 reps, that's all we're doing, followed by a 10 calorie ride on the bike. Our aim is to try to get that done within the minute. Some of the movements might take you a little bit longer, and therefore you've got to push the bike. The aim being is I want you at the bike and I want you sitting at around the 75 to 80, 85 RPM if you can maintain that to get the calories done at a nice steady pace. In other words, at 10 calories at that pace, you're getting it done in about 25 to 30 seconds relatively easy. That gives you obviously 30 seconds for the movement, and we'll then go a 30-second rest. So I set myself the challenge after the first round of just going movement 10, look at the clock, give myself 30 seconds, and then in the second round I simply said, right, I'll run the clock every 90 seconds and I've got to complete a round. So if one of the movements took me longer, I was feeling tired, it meant I had to push the bike, and in other words, to earn that at least a 30-second rest, sometimes maybe even a 15-second rest if I was knackered. And therefore that simply helped me try to sustain my pace, and after a couple of rounds I finally hit that rhythm. So what are the movements? First one, kettlebell, is simply a single hand kettlebell clean, 5 on the right, 5 on the left. So from here, we're going to swing the bell to the clean position and back down to the clean. Okay, we're going to do 5 on the right, 5 on the left. We're then going to jump onto the bike. We're going to go for our 10 calories. The next movement, we're going to come under the floor. Sorry for cutting the head off. Next movement is a half Hindu. Basically is like a Hindu push-up where we're just going to scoot down, but we're not going to come back. We're going to scoot down, then bring our butt up and back. So here, my feet are wide, my hands are slightly at the front. So when I scoop through, I pop up and come back. I scoop through, I pop up and I come back. And again, and I get that done for my 10, nice and steady as we go. Get back up and onto the bike. If you can't do the full scoop, as you can see the stain from the floor, then I simply want you to come down and back, come down and back. The third movement is the kettlebell. We're coming into a front rack squat. So we're going to come into the kettlebell, going to get into the front rack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands, back onto the bike. The next movement, again, another form of a body weight, another variation of a push-up. We're going to come into a child's pose. Meaning we're going to come right back onto our haunches like we are here, and we're going to go out to a push-up. You're going to give you two options, a normal push-up or a Spider-Man push-up. So I'm going to simply start back here, all the way back down here. Option 1, that's going to come forward, push, straight back. Option 2, going to come out, one dog leg and back, and so on, second leg and back for my set of 10. Then I'm going to come on to my bike. Whew. The final movement is a kettlebell snatch. So for those who are familiar with snatch, we're going straight from ground or the hang position straight to an overhead position. Please, if you're not familiar with this, do a clean and a press if you cannot get the snatch done. I don't want to see any banging, and I'll show you what that means. So I'm looking for it to be nice and clean. Nice and clean at the top. I don't want to see boom, snap. Okay? We're looking for a nice, clean, and as it comes around, we're looking to punch through the kettlebell, and that takes a bit of the sting out of it. We can also just use a grip to grip it at the top. If you're not used to kettlebells, you do get sweaty. Again, I need some chalk for these guys, but if I don't have chalk, I've actually got what we call some palm guards. You can even see first round without the palm guards, and I've got one of the calluses coming off second round with the palm guards, and it simply helps me to keep my grip open and let me swing through, so then when I do grip the bell, I want to stop it from moving around. I'm not ripping the pads of my fingers. So that sounds easy. The whole idea is, again, we're going to go for, let's say we go for 2 rounds. If you go for 2 rounds, if you're taking, say, 90 seconds, let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 key movements with the assault bike calories. 5 at a minute and a half inch. Let's say that is 7.5 rounds, figures 8. At the end of a round, you take a 2-minute break. That's 9, 10. Go back, do that twice. That brings you to 20 minutes. I then want you to then give yourself at the end of that second 2-minute break, I simply want you to hop back on your trusty steed and just go for 50 calories for time. Now, you've got 10 minutes. This may take you longer. Let's say this takes you 20, 23, 24 minutes. It's still going to leave you 5 minutes, and a cruisy 60 calories per hour will get you your 50 calories in your 4 and a bit minutes easy. So you're not flogging yourself at the end like a dead horse. If you are doing this at home and you don't have the gear, then we're going to simply use a skipping rope. Okay, skipping rope or shuttle runs. Okay, option 2, if you really want to test yourselves mentally, then what I want you to do is the 10 calories, you can replace it with 10 body drops. They will also jack your heart rate up. I know, like the bike, they will make you want to quit, but that's the whole idea, is that I want you to do your 10 body drops at the end. And if that's the case, I'm not going to expect you to do 50 body drops. At the end of this, you may well just want to go and grab a skipping rope and go for a good 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever is left in the clock, and just skip on nice shuttle runs up and down the driveway. Now, as far as replacing these guys, the bodyweight movements, the half Hindus, the child's pose to push up, you can still do them. You can do sandbag or ruck cleans, okay? You can do cleans. You can do sandbag or ruck swings instead of that. When it comes to the squat, you can put the sandbag or ruck on your back, like a backpack on your shoulders, and you can do your back squats. You may also do walking lunges to be the same. When it comes to the snatch, the sandbag is probably better. Doing a ruck snatch is not a real smart thing to do, because that's just going to keep going backwards. So therefore, with the ruck, you could simply go a touch and go, boom, clean, press, boom, clean, press. And yes, you can use your legs for that if you need to do so. So there are your alternates. Kettlebell clean can be either a ruck clean, sandbag clean, or ruck and sandbag swing. The rack squat can be a back squat with sandbag or ruck, or it could be walking lunges. And the kettlebell snatch can be replaced with a touch and go sandbag or ruck clean and press. Again, this here, you've got the option 30 seconds of skipping, and if that's the case, try to work out what that number might be for you. 30 seconds of skipping, that might be 60 skips to a second, and have that as your consistency. Option 2 with that, you want to challenge yourself, is you're going to make them into body drops. If 10 are going to suck, then drop to 8 or drop to 6, but make sure it is, whatever that number is, it is consistent. It is a number that you can do, and that the last 1 or 2 are what's pushing you. Therefore, 10 is a reasonable thing to do in 30 seconds. That's 1 every 3 seconds. Again, drop, stand, up, 2, drop, stand, up, 3, and so on. And if you do that at a nice cadence, you get the workout done. That's it. My name is Dom. This is the kettlebell. That's my trusty steed. Maya is sitting down here with me today. Enjoy, like, subscribe. Please tell a friend, share it, see what's going on. If you want to know more, please hit me up in the comments below.